Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Quincy Chronicles. I'm your host, Simon Oma, and I'm joined with Tiftifbee.
Hello.
We're back to talk about the Fazanier Blood War episode 10, Baby Hold Your Hand Part 2.
Never Ending My Dream is the subtitle for it.
I see. I guess that makes sense. So, more Mayuri to talk about.
Once again, it starts with him cackling like a madman.
Yep. No recap this time. We just get straight back to where it left off in part 1 and him laughing more.
Mm-hmm. He basically checks on how Ashisogi Jizo is doing because apparently Himecho is created to not have any teeth. Pretty sure when you're a baby, you're not supposed to have teeth.
That is true.
All of a sudden, suddenly it makes it explode. They like exploding things here, apparently.
Yep. Yeah, I guess Pernita exploded and started learning things from people it had uh, devoured or gotten parts from, I guess.
Yeah.
Or evolving, so to speak.
Started talking like Mayuri, apparently.
Yeah, and uh, Kenpachi eventually, when it got to that point. And we know now that it's Xander Mobus doing him.
Yeah. Initially started off as talking like Mayuri, and then it slipped into Kenpachi.
Yeah, that was later in the fight. Nemu showed up and started helping Mayuri, though he saved her from getting attacked at first by like falling on the ground and dissolving with using the Hirin Kyaku again. Since he was
Yay!
yeah, since he was apparently using it to fly around and stay off the ground. So when he was flying, he was using Uryu's technique, which is no.
I
He's not allowed to use Quincy techniques.
Sir, we need to get a talk.
But at least the episode was more focused on Nemu, who I do like and a lot better than Mayuri, and showed like stuff on her background and I guess how she was
Mm-hmm.
created and stuff, which was kind of sweet seeing her when she was little.
She was so freaking adorable as a kid.
Oh yeah, she totally was. She's very cute.
Such a shame that the first sight she saw was Mayuri's face.
Yeah, yeah. The poor girl.
We got to see her interact with Akon more.
Yeah, we did. We learned that she was the seventh one that he had created, being her full name Marian number 7.
And we also found out that Mayuri likes to keep the, I'm gonna say corpses, because there weren't really corpses of his previous experiments. Seriously, that man has a thing for corpses. We gotta talk about that or not talk about it.
Yeah, I guess you could say remains and like their like brains or whatever, just to like know how to improve on them, since after the battle and what happened to Nemu, he did take what was left of her as well, which that was pretty sad what ended up happening to her.
And it seemed like she was acting on her own accord at times.
Yeah, she had, I guess, evolved to the point of learning on her own and not just taking orders from him, being able to, think for herself, which was Mayuri's achievement, I suppose.
You could kind of argue she's like a biological AI.
Yeah, she's like a Chiaki or Kiba from Danganronpa.
Yeah.
in a sense.
Why is it always that the smart girls have got to die? Seriously.
I know, right?
She went out in the blaze of glory, I suppose.
Yeah, she was helping Mayuri in the fight with Pernida. When he got to Kenpachi level, he was able to kill her when they're trying to give him some kind of numbing agent.
Yeah, with his nerves.
Yeah, and then she unfortunately died, and he started eating her, which slowed
No, thank
him.
you.
Yeah, which like slowed him down and started breaking up his insides. I don't know.
And in the meantime, Mayuri was haunted by the ghost of scientists past, Dialaparo. I mean, it's bad enough we have to feature one creep scientist, but why have we got to feature both of them?
I know, right? I was gonna say that too. It's not bad enough to give us one scientist, so we have to have both of them. All the
Eef.
creepies. Ugh.
So glad Uryu was not there to see that bite.
Yeah, and to make it worse, we also had creepy Giselle with her creepy zombies at the end too. All the
So
creepies.
apparently, so aside from Lil Toto, we got Candace, Bambi, and the pink-haired one. Cannot think of her name.
Menina's.
Menina, thank you. Oh, those three girls are now zombified.
Yep, zombified Bambies, and yeah, they'd gotten into the palace, um, along with Basby, and who went after Ugram, who was not very happy about, I guess, what Uru was doing, and which was being somewhere he wasn't
Isn't
supposed to, apparently.
it's almost as if Uryu had ulterior motives. Hmm.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was fine. He could be wherever he wants. I mean, he's his successor. Come on, Ugram.
He's the Prince of Light.
Yeah.
So it's technically he's free to go wherever he wants. He doesn't have to answer to you.
Yeah, he like went to one of the libraries to go research something apparently, I guess. I think you had mentioned.
Yeah, I think from what I could gather, Varvelt is split into like 5 sections. From what I could translate from the German, I think Uryu had gone to like the first part,
That makes sense.
and then once Yugram's men were gone, Basby showed up.
And he's ready for a fight and not very happy.
Mm-mm. Considering that your best friend has pretty much turned his back on you, allowed your leader to use you as essentially cannon fodder,
And
nearly
disposes
kill.
you when he was finished with you and not, just leave you there for dead.
Mhm. So, Basby's got a few chips on his sleeve at the moment.
Yeah. No Uryu sightings in this episode, but at least we had his mention.
And it's funny that Busby is going up against Yugram because they share their voices with Joker and Akechi from Persona 5.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight. Basby, again, also being voiced by Xander Mobus, and Ygrim is Robbie Damon.
Let's get ready to rumble.
That should be a good episode. If that fight's in next week's episode, I'm not sure,
Yeah, I
but
think old friend. I'm
okay.
not sure though, but I think we have got the second part of the Shunsui and Nanao fight.
Yeah, so we still got a couple before we get to Ygrim and Basby's fight, but that'll be good when we get there.
I think the next episode called Shadows Gone.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense for Shinsui. Okay. We also did have the poem. The stuff with the Quincy's was like after the credit scene.
The poem for this episode was Shared Memories, Unspoken. The mirror transmits from the shadows. And it was spoken by Nanao.
Ah, yes, that was it. So that'll be good to see Nanao stepping up next week.
Indeed. From what I've seen of her in the opening credits for this part, it's mainly to do with mirrors by this weapon she uses because it comes up with like a prismatic slash rainbow effect.
Interesting.
So yeah,
Well, we can definitely talk more about that next week.
definitely, definitely. Now is probably one of my more underrated characters. She gives me vibes of Uryu, and it's not just the hair.
Indeed, that is true. And I'm looking at Brave Soul's characters. I'll often mistake her for Uryu when I'm going through them, and I'm not like zoomed in to see them better.
I just realized that in the pre-time skip, her hair looks almost exactly like Uryu's does in the current timeline.
Exactly. That's why I get them mixed up when I'm looking through Brave Soul's characters.
To be honest, I have to wonder if Taikubo designed her to be like a female Uryu. The first time Chad meets her, she's throwing flowers for Shinsui, very nonchalant. It's like, I don't get paid enough for this.
I hate you, and I hate my job.
You just hugs it and him once she's done. It's like, I'm out.
Yep. But we should probably talk more about Nemu, who is also an underrated character and much better than her
Definitely.
creator.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that she's a popular pairing choice for Uryu because
She
they
is.
interact a lot.
Yeah, I don't mind her with Uryu myself. Like, they're kind of cute and flirty a little bit.
God, imagine if they did actually get together. Poor
Yeah,
Uri would have to deal with my Yuri as a father-in-law. Ah, no thanks. No thanks.
please no. Though I guess you never know with her successor, the
Oh,
next Nemu.
oy, 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 oy. Thankfully, by the time the manga ends, she's still a child. I think she's called Hachigo Nemuri, sleeping number 8,
I was gonna
according to
say that
the.
sounds like 8 from translating it. Interesting. Um, and yeah, Mayuri did actually, seemed proud and impressed by her and her being his achievement and, you know, learning for herself kind of thing. Like, I guess that's something.
It's kind of like a warped, proud father moment for him
Yeah.
because his goal was to basically surpass Kisuke.
Yep. And I guess he believes that he's done it now with creating a uh, artificial human
Mm.
or soul reaper in this case. Artificial soul you can like adapt for itself, I guess.
That being said, R.I.P. Nemu.
Yeah, the poor thing. It seemed like Kenpachi will be okay though, since Mayuri had uh, his squad put him in some kind of pod thingy.
By the looks of it, Mayuri uses these pods to basically heal the people who got zombified by Giselle. So far we've seen Rangiku getting healed and Toshiro getting healed, but it comes at a cost of some of their lifespan.
Is that what they're used for? Okay, I did hear those two being mentioned, but I wasn't really sure what was going on at that point, to be fair. I mean, I imagine that it's back in the Department of Research and Development, but I couldn't really tell any sort of scene change from the Varvelt or whatever, so
Yeah.
yeah. I was a little confused at that point when they kind of just jumped over there, but it's fine. I figured it out eventually. And Mayuri himself seemed like he needed a rest and some rejuvenation since he sounded pretty exhausted and beat up from his fight, to be fair.
And he managed to save Nemu's brain.
He did, yeah. And I guess we'll use it to make the next Nemu. Yay!
We could essentially just call him Frankenstein at this point.
Yeah, no kidding. But at least the Quincy's at the end kind of saved the episode a little bit.
I'm just gonna say this, at least Ashisogi Jizo was only shown for like a briefly, but oh my god, it was so disgusting. The visuals are just like, ugh.
Oh yeah, that was like back at the start. Yeah, I could not see any of that, and I'm very glad I could not see any of that, and I feel bad for you.
Yeah. Safe to say, whenever I have to rewatch any Mayuri episodes, I'm gonna be like this. Get this man away from me. I do not see this stuff.
Yeah, and Namor being defiant and doing things on her own and not taking all of his orders was actually nice to see.
Yeah, that's true.
Did not care for him reprimanding her though. Poor Namor. But the flashbacks were nice. They don't really have enough of that in Fazanir Blood War, I don't think, and having a softer, more character past development kind of stuff. It's a lot of action and fighting and dark moments, but I like the lighter flashbacks when they throw them in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if there's much else to say about this episode. I don't really have any more
Yeah.
previous episodes to add to this yet. We really need to get back to watching those.
True.
Maybe next week we'll have some to add.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, unless you can think of anything else, I guess we could wrap it up.
Well, I've been getting on with the Brave Souls, and at the moment, we're getting a new event regarding the Uryu quizzing the friends.
Yeah, I think that's like based on the little like after bits they did in the original series, where there's one where he asks them questions about himself, like I forget the exact questions, but he does ask them questions, and it's when he's in like his Waco Mundo look. This one looks more like his Lost Agent look, but yeah, I think it'll be based on that.
He basically quizzes them before they're right about who he is. And he
Yes.
actually comes up with some questions. I was like, "You're white, so you must be a snowman.
Yeah.
You must be the laundry man." I remember Orihime said, "You're good at sewing, so you must be someone's mom." No, I'm not.
Yes. So yeah,
Although she's not entirely wrong. Uryu is kind of like the teen mom.
he is. Yeah. So I think I think that new quiz will be about that, which will be fun to play through. But why couldn't they give us an Uryu as a reward?
Oh,
Just why?
the heck? Give us, or better yet, give us a new Uryu unit for the 10th anniversary, damn it.
Oh, well,
Full sounding Uryu, I'm happy with. Even if it's a tag team with Yugrim, I'm happy with it. Just give us a boy. Give us our boy. Or even Ryukin.
Uryu we probably will get for 10th anniversary, or at least somewhere around there, because they have to use Wolfdown DH. But I wanted a 4-star Uryu for that sub story because I don't have them yet, and they need to re-release them, and it was so sad. And
yeah, I know.
I would like Ryukin too, but I don't think we're gonna get him anytime soon either.
Unless they create an event that's based around him.
Doubtful. I mean, we just got his part in the story and nothing for him, so.
True.
They also never remade him when they redid Ishin and Masaki from the past. They left Ryukin out of it. Which was sad.
Yeah.
They could give us his school look from they did the past version of him again, but no, they probably won't.
No. I will say it'd be interesting to see if they do like a tag team with him and Ishin.
It could be interesting. I don't think they do tag teams anymore, so I don't know. Seeing Ryukin in his Quincy outfit would be good to have too, like his adult one.
Yeah. He looks like he could be a detective with that outfit. It gives me vibes of Sherlock Holmes.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, maybe we'll get a part 2 for the New Year's stuff, and we'll get a nice Uryu then, but If he is for
See.
middle of the month, he probably wouldn't be as good of a unit. But I just want a new Ryu.
Yeah, same.
We need a Ryu. Like, come on.
Indeed. Indeed we do.
I mean, we have no like anime version of his Stern Ritter look. It's just the manga one, and they keep skipping over him.
Hmm. Give the people what they want.
Especially when the point event should be right at Uryu's moment and Ichigo meeting him again and seeing that he's betrayed them all. Like, come on! Give us Uryu.
Yeah.
But yeah, I digress.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
Uh, well, I noticed that there were some pictures of like the first generation of Stone Ritter.
Was there?
They actually gave, yeah. It was, I think they were mostly featured in the finale of Part 3.
Oh, yes, they did mention those. Like,
One of them kind of looks like he could be like Uryu's ancestor. I think his name
interesting.
is Hubert Alexander Kleisch. To be honest, he does look a little like Izumi, so ugh.
Interesting. You sure he is Uryu's ancestor and not Yugram's with that name?
I don't know. Could have been.
Since, from Fire Emblem, Yugram has Hubert's actor, and he looks
Oh,
like a
that's
certain
true.
character with the middle name Alexander.
He's gonna be killing every last one of them soon, I think.
Yes. I'm sure he will be. Especially with that
Indeed.
Uryu fight in the finale. Oh, that's going to be good.
Oh, that will be fun to see when they get to it in Part 4. Why
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
they give it a fight now?
Because they like making us wait for Uryu fights. They did that
Oh,
with
true. That's
Senjumaru as
true.
well.
True.
Leaving him all tied up at the end of Crew 2 and then
Yes. Tied up indeed.
getting his Volstagg at the start of this season.
Mm. To be honest, the development for Uryu has been amazing so far.
Oh, yeah, and Steve has also very much been killing it, especially with all the research he's done to give Uryu that proper arc and development he deserves.
Indeed, and it shows.
Oh, totally. But we'll probably have to wait another few episodes for Uryu once they get all the other fights out of the way.
Yeah. Saving the best for last.
That will be a good episode to discuss when we get there, and probably a very long one.
Indeed.
But I think for now we should call it here and wrap it up.
Yeah, we should.
We'll be back next week with the next episode, and until then, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.